Hello there, it's Asia Marquet here, Lemon Creation, and today I would like to show you the collection of my ATC cards, and as you can see I have few of them. So if you want to see what I've created over the years, if it comes to ATCs, please stay tuned. Here is the movie I wanted to do for a very long time. Those are my ATC cards. And I keep them in the album. This was a sort of album I bought in a shop. It was, I think, for some kind of cards like Pokemon or something, and I just transformed it into an album for ATC cards. And what's happening is that now when I do my orders, quite often, not always though, but quite often, I put with my orders ATC cards. And there was a time when my ATC cards were actually done in order depending on the dates when they were creating, but because from time to time I'm taking the cards out of the album, they are all they are not even mixed, but there are empty places, and I just wanted to fix them up properly, take them out from the album and put them back in. So I've done the first part of this process. As you can see, I'm taking them out quite like, not quite quickly. It wasn't a quick job because some of them, they were kind of stuck almost because they were the size is a little bit bigger than the traditional ATC cards, or rather there are parts which are sticking out, so it was a long process. I didn't want to make a huge long video for you guys because who would watch that? But I have to tell you, I have my favorite cards and I have cards which I really don't like, and I have to tell you also that I think around 10 of them finished in the bin because I don't like them. I found that they weren't really nice, and because I don't like them, I'm not gonna give it to anybody. So that's why they finished in the bin bag. And I want to clarify also, I do not do ATC swaps. There was a time when I did it, and I have some cards from some artists I really treasure very much. But now I do not do it anymore. Firstly, because I just simply don't have time, and most of it because I just feel like I want to give you guys something from me when you're placing orders in the shop. And once again, I do not give ATC cards to every single order, but I try to put them in the envelopes as often as I can. And usually if you are a repeated customer, you can be pretty sure that you're gonna get it in the envelope, and this is my way of saying thank you. And even though I would like to exchange ATCs with you guys, I simply cannot afford it if it comes to time and all the preparation. So this is my way of just giving them to you. As you can see, I am not describing the ATCs to you. I'm just showing them. You can find most of them on in my playlist, ATC playlist on YouTube channel. And at the end of this video, or rather a few minutes later, I'm gonna show you all of my all-time favorite ATCs which I made, and I'm gonna talk a tiny bit about them with you. I have to admit I am ATC addict. I love small art forms, and I counted them very quickly. I have over 300 of them. Temporarily, I'm gonna be stocking them in a small box, and by the date and by the if I have a few of the ATCs from the same set, I put them of course together, so you're gonna see a few pictures at the end of this video on how I am stacking them right now, just before I'll find a little bit of time, probably when I'm watching something, and I can put them back into the album. I also wanted to mention that amongst my cards, ATC cards, they are also ATC coins, so the round circle things. And I've done also a free ATC form in the form of stars, because you can also do that, a free ATC, which is for me not really ATC anymore, but it's called like that, and so sometimes I do them, but very, very rarely. So here are the coins, and I'm gonna leave you with the music on, and I'm gonna join you a little bit later on when I'm gonna show you all of my very all-time favorite cards. If you watch closely, you've seen already a few of the cards like that, and they are not exactly ATC cards, they are a little bit smaller, they are just playing cards. And I remember, oh, this one is one of my first ones and one of the favorite. I remember Maremi Small Art, Marta Łapkowska, in her Maremi cafe. She started this kind of challenge when you had to use the playing cards to make some art on them, and those are the cards I made. And here you can see the ATC freeform. They are made in the shape of stars, so I think I've done only one of the projects like that. And as you could see, also some of my cards are lacking the proper backing, so they are either covered a little bit of with paint, or in the case of the playing cards, they do not have the nice backing. Simple reason for that is that sometimes I make a video, I have to make the edition, I have to upload it, and so I don't have time really to take care of the back of the cards. But every time when I send them over, I always add either black backing or the ATC kind of a sticker at the back of it. And the only thing I am trying to do regularly is to put the date at the back of the card, so like that I know when I created it, which is so cool, because now when I'm looking back at the cards, at my very first cards I've made, I'm thinking, yes, I progressed a little, or I think, wow, this was something really nice I've made, and I should maybe repeat the process now. Hi, you guys, are you still with me? So, these ones are my very favorite ATCs. I'll talk a little bit about some of them. I hope the movie is not too long for you, you are not getting bored, but those are the ATCs I made for Lindy's Gang, as far as I remember, with paper artsy stamps from Zinsky Art. I absolutely love them. They are funky, they are cool, they are funny, and I think I use nice colors. This is the set which I really want to keep forever, I think. These ones are very special to me. I think they are my very first ATCs. They come from 2017 and they were Lindy's swatches. So once again, I started with Lindy's Gang, and yes, I absolutely love those cards. Here we go, also some of my very first ATCs. Some of them are made on the cards, on the playing cards. This one is one of my favorite. I love the gesso, which gave me a nice texture on the moon. This one, I love the colors. And here is the tag actually, but I keep it as an ATC because it's a tiny tag and I so much love this stamp. Here we go with Alexandra Renke and Lindy's, I think, 2 ATC coins. A little bit of winter with a crackle accents. I don't know, I like those boys very much, so I keep the cards because I really love it. And here I've done these 2 cards, actually 3 cards for Rubber Dance. So 2 are divided in half, and then there is one which is whole. Of course, my black cards. What can I say? From 2017, guys, look at that. So it's been few years already. I think some of them you actually seen already. I think these ones I've showed you before. I'm not really sure. I wasn't sure that at the end of the video I'm gonna show you my very favorite cards. So that's why maybe there are gonna be some which you've seen already. This one is made on the handmade paper with a sewing machine and some of my stamps, as far as I remember. Those are one of the last ones of mine with mushrooms and embossing. This is one of my newest stamps actually. I embossed there for the background, and I just don't know, I love the coloring of it. Those are very old also, and they are from Rubber Dance. Look guys, 2017. I don't know why I put 2017 and I didn't put the month there, but that's that. A little bit of Lindy's Gang embossing powders. Those are the cards for which I use only embossing powder, and those I absolutely love also because of the colors. I don't know, I like the mix of very bright colors with black. I think it gives so much beautiful, like not even texture, but it gives something magical, I think, to the cards. One of my favorite cards also. I love the coloring, very bright, and my pots, like my flowers. And those, I don't know if you remember, I've sent like tons of them in your orders, in the envelopes for your orders, because I made, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 of them, one set, and I love very much the coloring, and I kept some for myself, and the rest were sent to you. So yes, there was like quite a lot of those. In this set, I think this is one of the set which is very dimensional, and I still love it because lately I am coming back to things which are flat. I like these ones, but those birds I actually really do love. I think I have a soft spot for branches, and this was the set of 3 cards. One was blue, the one which is not here any longer because I sent it to somebody. I'm not sure actually even to whom I sent it, but really one of my favorite cards. Those are quite new with paper artsy, craft paper, and a little bit of fresco acrylic paints. Here we go, a little bit of snip art. They are not MDFs, they are chipboards, and Lindy's Gang embossing powders and paints, very summery cards. This set I do love also very much. I am sure they are done with Lindy Skunk and a little bit of glitter. And who said that you have to make very complicated things? This is just a little bit of acrylic and I think Alexandra Renke die cuts, a little bit of sewing and a little bit of splatter. And the next cards I'm gonna show you, they were a little bit more complicated. There was a lot of fussy cutting, some stenciling, I think. No, not stenciling even, some stamping, Lindy Skunk, embossing powders. This one is also very close to my heart. Those are very close to my heart, very Team Holtz. I think apart from the die cut, which comes from, if I'm not mistaken, APPHEIROS Studio. And here is my stamp, and I love the colors of the card, so I kept two of them. I think third one went to somebody already. These ones are one of the latest one, a grunge with a pop of color, again stamps by Paper Artsy Zinsky Art, which I really love. Here we go, those are my paper elements from the books Winged and Company. So those two are actually coming from one set, the third one is coming from another set. It had a brother or a sister, the third one, but it went to somebody also. And here we go, I think I'm missing two of them from this set, which are also sent to you guys. This is one of my earliest cards, I absolutely love it. The rubber dance stamp and the wings, which were stamped a few times, fussy cut and put together so can give some dimension. A little bit of my stencil and flowers from Maremi Small Art. Here, those winter cards, I love the colors. I find a little maybe not usual for winter, and that's probably why I love them so much. Here is a little bit of texture with my drawing and my stencil. Those are kind of weird cards. They are not maybe my favorite ones, but they are very kind of vintage looking, and so that's why I decided to show you guys. These ones you've seen already. Again, chipboards from Snip Art, a little bit of my stenciling and Lindy Skunk paints. And once again, absolute favorite of mine, like with the branches, for example. I don't know how I managed to make them. Sometimes it happens that I make something and I am actually thinking I made something super cool, which doesn't happen very often, but it's really nice to have the favorites like that. The girls I love very much also. And here are my very, how do you say it, very ecological cards, I think. I was having fun making them, and yeah, they are a little bit different than the others. That's Marlene art from Studio Light, and the cards are very colorful, and I think I'm not gonna keep all of them, so I think some of them are gonna go to you guys. And once again, all-time favorite, those cards are made with infusions from Paper Artsy and temporary tattoos. So, you know, this thing which was shining, there were temporary tattoos. And here I have the singles. They are single now because their other parts just are gone. They went to you guys. So I have few of the cards which I really like and I kept them. And some of them are quite new, so you probably know them from my latest videos. Some are quite old, but I just thought I'm gonna show you. And yes, it's like that. I always, from every set, I keep cards for myself, at least one. If I send the rest to you, I have to have a little memory of the set I created. So those are all of my cards, all 300 and something of them. I hope you enjoyed this video, even though it's a little long. It's kind of unusual. I flip through, I think, through my ATCs. Let me know what you think about it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you have any questions or any comments, please leave me a comment down below. And I'm gonna give you also a link to my shop if you can have a look. I am still thinking very hard what I'm gonna do with it, if I'm gonna continue or not. So every help is much appreciated. I'm sending you big hugs. Have a great Sunday, have a great week, and see you in my next video. Bye bye.